All right, guys, so here is the dirty, despicable, disgusting truth about how to actually get rich. This is not the sort of shit that you're gonna see on motivational pages, inspirational pages. This is actually the truth of it. The simple truth is that it is not about how hard you work. It's about what you work on. And I think if I had to attribute one thing towards my success, the one reason I've been as successful as I have over the space of the last 10 years I've been doing this, it's picking the right thing. 95% of success, I'm being honest, is picking the right vehicle to get to your destination. And sometimes this is kind of something I struggle with. And I just came back from a run here in New York. I'm in New York closing off the biggest deal of my life. And it's funny, sometimes I almost feel like I have survivor's guilt, where the last time I was in New York was 7 years ago, and obviously I've come a decent way since then. And something about the energy of the city, and something about just even while I was running early morning, just looking around at everyone working their asses off, quite frankly, like giving it their all. I look at delivery drivers, I look at street cleaners, I look at people going to their jobs. And to be honest, these people have probably worked so much harder than I have. And that's the truth of it. And I'm also not afraid to admit that. I hate this whole thing online of like, you just need to work harder. You just need to work harder. It's like, okay, well then why is it that a lot of the hardest working people never get compensated accordingly to how hard it is they work? And by the way, the other thing I see online, this whole like trying to shit on workers or 9-to-5ers, I just think that's the most whack thing ever. I think it's incredibly disrespectful. I think it's incredibly cringe. I've always tried to motivate people to work harder. I've always used 10 years of me uploading on YouTube as a case study of, what's possible, but not once have I ever dunked on people who have gone that path. I've said, listen, there's an easier path, there's a better path, and of course I want to motivate and inspire people to take action. And the reason I push you guys to take action is because you've had your eyes open. You know something that other people don't. I know that if you're in this space, you might think, well, everyone knows about entrepreneurship, everyone knows about the opportunities that are out there, everyone knows about online business. But you gotta remember that a lot of people, we're in a world and we're in a bubble, and the entire world hasn't had their eyes open in the same way that you have. I know that maybe I said you live in this echo chamber where you think everyone wants to be an online entrepreneur, everyone understands the opportunities that are out there, and everyone's spending time on this side of YouTube or on Twitter, or that everyone's TikTok feed looks like your TikTok. No, a lot of people are blissfully unaware, quite frankly, and all those people are trying their goddamn best. It's just you have had your eyes open.